On this episode of Scott vs. Box, I open up Steve Martin, the television stuff DVD. He makes wearing a white suit cool, not just for Cubans.
Scott vs. Box!
There's a Steve Martin, the television stuff. It's got over 6 hours of wild and crazy laughs, rare TV and stand-up specials from the legendary comedian for the first time on DVD. That's 2. First time. Bonus extras. New interview with Steve Martin. Music videos. Famous guest appearances on The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson. Late Show with David Letterman. Saturday Night Live and more. And there's a collectible 24-page book. Cool. Look, that's what happened in the old days when the TV went off the air. It made rainbows. And then it's got little individual DVDs. And then we see here 6 hours of stuff. It's got stand-up specials, and it includes The Absent-Minded Waiter, which is awesome. It's a little sketch he made, like a little short film. I think it was nominated for an Academy Award, if I'm not mistaken. Or it won. I don't remember. NBC specials, Wild and Crazy Guy, Comedy Is Not Pretty, a Steve Martin special, Steve Martin's Best Show Ever, Bits and Pieces from guest appearances and being on other shows. And it's got Dan Aykroyd. He's got webbed toes. Lorraine Newman, Lauren Hutton, Belushi, Raina, Murray, Paul Simon, Johnny Cash. It's got so much stuff. Over 6.5 hours. I love Steve Martin. How can you not love Steve Martin? If you don't love Steve Martin, comment below and say why. And say why nobody likes you. And say why you're alone. And say Steve Martin doesn't like you either. And explain all that stuff. And then for everybody else who loves Steve Martin, just tell that person, you so crazy, but not in a good way. So, here we go. Got it opened up from the knife. This guy made putting a bow and arrow through your head hilarious. Actually, bow wasn't involved. It's just the arrow. Okay, here we go. This is disc 3. So it's the bits and pieces, and there's a wacky pose that he's doing right there. I love Steve Martin. There he is on the TV screen. And if I put it in a thing, it's on what is this? Words? You put the DVD in the DVD player. He's then on the TV. Look at this. Look at these wacky poses. And then he's on the TV again. He's got the arrow through the head, playing a banjo. I do love his banjo music too. And then in disc 1, got another one right there. He's on the TV screen. And then all the other stuff right there. But then we got this book. Let's check this out. I do like his books as well. Let's just say it. I'm a Steve Martin fan. I love him. He's great. So, let's look at this. Ooh, pictures. Making the funny faces. All right, fair enough. And then, Dare to be Silly. Written by Adam Gopnik. Well, Adam Gopnik. This looks interesting. It's compiling all this stuff. It's got pictures of everything. Oh, it's got the Great Flydini in it. If you've never seen that, that is a treat. It is hilarious. You just gotta look it up. If you're a youngster and you don't know the Steve Martin so good, he has done so many funny things. So this is endless goodness that's endless. So there you go. Steve Martin, the television stuff. Joy! What another wacky adventure we all had together. Subscribe to my channel right over here, so that way you never miss another Scott vs. Box video. And send me something to this address right over here, and I'll open it up and give you a free plug on my show. And click over here to see me unbox even more movies. You know, those things that people go out on dates to, you know, and then they talk about afterwards. You know, dates. You know, dates. Dates. Date me. Please. Please date me. Date me. Date me. Date